Hi, and thanks for listening to Gossip with Celebrity, where we talk about celebrity gossip, entertainment news, fashion, and royals. This week, we're talking about Operation Varsity Blues, Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez, Beto O'Rourke, Duchess Meghan, and Captain Marvel. Our user question is about Kylie Jenner, and we end with our comments of the week. The photos, stories, and memes we talk about here can be found at celebrity.com under the podcast section at the top. The link is also in our show notes. Hi, I'm Katie, the founder and editor of Celebrity.com, and I write as Celebrity.
And I'm Chandra, the head writer for Celebrity, and I write as Kaiser.
I had a minor procedure this week, and I am kind of zoned out today. I had a little bit of tramadol, painkillers. So if I sound slower and less funny than usual, that is my excuse. So this week we had the crazy Operation Varsity Blues story, which implicated Felicity Huffman, Laurie, Loughlin, and a bunch of other rich bitches trying to get their kids into college.
I mean, there's so many moving parts to this story. And first of all, I wasn't expecting this story to drop this week. It's been like a gossip buffet.
Yes.
It's amazing and tragic and horrible, and it's also really funny. But 48 people were indicted in the Monday press conference. And it's not all parents, and it's not all just rich bitch moms.
Yes.
It's also NCAA officials, I think a coach or two, various college admissions people. There were a lot of people on the take, taking bribes, giving bribes. There are just so many terrible and hilarious parts to the story. I think William H. Macy was involved. That's the way it sounds. I think that they were both involved with their two daughters, and they both wanted their daughters to have a leg up. They were basically paying off this guy to change their test scores for the SATs.
So that firm that man had was the prime target of this operation by the FBI.
But the FBI turned him at some point. He was acting as a informant on all these rich people that he was selling his bribery schemes to. But the whole Lori Loughlin, her daughter Olivia Jade is now a huge star for a terrible reason.
She had 1.3 million followers on Instagram before this, and she also has a popular YouTube channel. And she openly talked about how she wasn't going to attend school. In fact, she said she had to go to Fiji on business. I looked up the original YouTube video that everyone's getting the clip from, where she's like, I'm not here for school. I'm here for game nights and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to talk to the dean.
Work, it's going to be hard. My first week of school, I'm leaving to go to Fiji for work. And then I'll be in New York a bunch this year for work. I don't know how much of school I'm going to attend, but I'm going to go in and talk to my deans and everyone and hope that I can try and balance it all. But I do want the experience of game days, partying. I don't really care about school, as you guys all know.
Well, we know how close she is with everybody because when her parents were arrested, as you reported, she was on a yacht. The trustee chairman for USC, she's friends with his daughter. She was on their yacht. She didn't care about school.
And that's also an incredible, little side note to the story. So Lori Loughlin is so well connected that her daughter is friends with the board of trustees. Yeah, the chairman of the board of trustees for USC. They're all in the same society. Their daughters are friends. Everybody's friends. And Lori Loughlin still had to pay $500,000 to get her little daughter into school.
Maybe she met her after she got to school, but who knows?
You and I, we had a totally different experience when we went to college.
In the 90s, it was so much different. It was a lot cheaper. I went to a state school.
Me too. I went to a state school. I went to a small liberal arts school, and I loved it. But, I partied a lot too. But I also got a pretty good education.
And we studied, and we got good grades, and we studied before we went there. I studied for the SAT, so I could get decent enough scores.
And it's all about the bragging rights too. My father was Indian, and he would never have paid any kind of bribery. He would have said, if you can't get into that school, too bad.
Your father was a professor too, right?
No, he was a nuclear engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom is a teacher, and she takes the side of educators too. She's like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't bribe anyone. She would never even help me with a test. I mean, come on.
Yeah, both my parents are teachers too, and they always emphasize that you have to do it on your own. You have to learn on your own. I just have to say, I didn't realize that Lori Loughlin's character name on Full House was actually Aunt Becky.
Yeah.
I thought people were just calling her that because it's such a white woman thing. I thought it was like a joke name that people gave her. It took me a couple days to realize that was her character's name.
Or all these parents are SAT Beckys. They really are.
Yeah.
They're all ultra privileged parents already. They could afford to help their kids out legal ways.
They could have paid somebody to tutor them. And
tutors, SAT prep classes.
Yeah.
Extracurriculars, getting them really good internships through their connections.
That's a good point too. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
That's the legal way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to build up your kid's college application. The right way, if you're a privileged parent, not this way.
Exactly.
But I also don't understand how someone like Olivia Jade, why did she go to college? She's already rich.
You and I were emailing about this, and she did that stupid SpawnCon for Amazon Prime where she outfitted her whole dorm room with Amazon stuff and put it on YouTube. It seems like another opportunity and more content for her, probably.
Yeah, but she also could have been, getting her first apartment in LA and doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
You want to segue into Alex Rodriguez now?
All right. So Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez, where were they on vacation when they got engaged?
The Bahamas.
And the pictures were perfect. On the beach. Who was taking those?
I think a professional photographer took the photo of Alex on his knee.
There were a lot of photos. There's more in her account, too, like of them on the beach and her giant ass ring.
Well, yeah, the ring photo was interesting because the filter really did make it look like it was a pink diamond, right?
And that's what she got, that Harry Winston diamond from
Ben Affleck.
Okay. Ben Affleck, yeah.
But I think it's just a regular white diamond, but it's beautiful. I mean, her ring...
Yeah, but how do you need that much? Okay, and then she's saying like she didn't expect it. It was a surprise.
Oh.
I saw her on Ellen. She was like, well, he better get me some good jewelry. Like she wasn't specifically referring to the ring, but she was waiting for this. Yeah. This is what...
I absolutely maintain that she gave him an ultimatum about proposing. I know everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people disagree with me, but she looked mad at him at the Oscars.
I agree with you. And she looked pissed.
She looked grumpy and she looked over it. She gave him several looks like, if you don't get me a ring soon, we're breaking up. That was just her vibe at the Oscars.
2 years is a long time for her,
Yeah, it really is.
And this one wasn't a kept man like the last one was.
Casper. Oh, poor Casper.
Was that her last one, or did she? Oh, she was with Drake for like a minute.
Oh yeah, Remember I forgot about that.
Right? That's crazy.
That was just a minute though.
Right? It's like a month or something.
Well, and so
not enough time for him to get a tattoo for her.
So, like right after the engagement announcement, Jose Canseco came out, basically just spilled all the tea on Twitter, and who knows if any of it is truthful.
Yeah.
But Jose Canseco said that his ex-wife, Jessica Canseco, was still sleeping with Alex Rodriguez.
I don't know. Did he say that? Because I think he just said that he was still talking to...
No. He said that Alex was sleeping with Jessica.
Okay.
Jessica did date Alex Rodriguez, but that was years ago. And they obviously still sort of know each other. I mean, everybody knows everybody. Like Jose knows Alex really well. Jessica knows Alex really well. Jessica claims that she knows Jennifer Lopez really well. Anyway, so Jessica came out and said, no, Jose Canseco's just making up stories. I haven't seen Alex in years, but, I do consider him a friend. I don't know. Her statement was kind of weirdly worded.
Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still texting her, because that's what a lot of those guys do. They keep their exes on the hook in case they ever need to, get a booty call. I'm sure I'm dating myself by using that term.
No, but I think that's probably right. I mean, some of his exes seem very happy to be without him, like Kate Hudson, I think, ran screaming away from him. But Madonna seemed kind of hung up on him for a while. But who knows? I think he's a manipulative bastard, but I mean, he's never been known for his fidelity. I would even say it's a stretch to call him like a serial monogamist. I think he overlaps relationships. I think he has one girlfriend and then he'll fool around with other women. So,
wasn't he cheating on his wife with Madonna?
I don't think so. I think that he was already broken up or separated from his wife when the Madonna thing happened. But I do think he was cheating on his wife when he was married. I just don't think it was with Madonna. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're probably right.
And he might have even been cheating on his wife with Jessica Canseco. Just to bring it full circle.
I like that. Hi, this is Katie recording this later. I looked it up and there were rumors that A-Rod was cheating on his then wife, Cynthia, with Madonna in the summer of 2008. That was the first story I wrote about Alex Rodriguez, and I'll link that in our podcast post. Now back to my talk with Chandra. All right, so Beto O'Rourke, who lost the Senate race in Texas to Ted Cruz, just announced his run for the presidency with a Vanity Fair cover story. Photos by Annie Leibovitz making him look like a hot farmer coming out of his pickup truck with his dog.
Well, hot rancher. Let's say that. A rancher.
Hot rancher.
Hot Texas rancher. Beto O'Rourke looks so much like a guy I had the biggest crush on in college. That's what I always think of him whenever I see Beto O'Rourke. But yeah, the photos are beautiful and they're also not helpful. I don't think they're making the case that Beto thinks that they're making. He looks very Hollywood, here I am. He looks like an actor playing some Texas rancher turned politician. I'm not into his campaign right now, but as you and I both said many times, that we'll vote for whichever Democrat gets the nomination.
Of course we will. Yeah.
I just think that it's a little bit gross that everyone is like, oh, finally a white man is running for president. Yay, let's give him so much attention.
I agree with you. And what did he say? Here, I'm scrolling to the end of this article. Imagine anyone else saying this. Man, I'm just born to be in it and want to do everything I humanly can for this country at this moment. It's nice to say he wants to do everything he can, but imagine anyone else saying they were born to be in it. That's what everybody was focusing on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
imagine it just seems a little arrogant.
Kamala Harris saying that. A woman could never get away with saying that.
No, she couldn't. I don't know what we're going to do in next year if we have 4 more years of this.
We're not going to have 4 more years of this.
I hope you're right.
I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe that we will have 4 more years of this.
We both agree we're going to vote for this dude if he gets in. We hope he's not the one. There's so many other qualified candidates, and he is a little bit arrogant, even though he's so pretty. And he is a very pretty man.
All right. So you want to talk about Duchess of Sussex? Duchess Meghan.
Sure. Duchess Meghan.
Duchess Meghan probably made her last public appearances before she gives birth next month, maybe in May.
To the royal twins.
You keep hoping for the royal twins. I think they would have said something by now if they're having twins.
No, they're going to surprise us and it's going to be gossip Christmas like Rainey says. No.
Well, I I absolutely hated her white nurse's cap. I can't defend it. And everyone's like, you're a hater now. No, I'm not a hater. I still like Meghan a great deal, but she wore a terrible hat. And I still say that Harry should have said something. Harry should have said something before they left the house and said, honey, that hat, please don't do that.
He's not that kind of guy. He's not one to tell her. He probably thinks she looks beautiful in her, nasty sweatpants, although she probably doesn't own any. They're probably the cute kind.
Yeah, she probably only has cute sweatpants.
He doesn't care. But yeah, she looked like, what did somebody say? You used to watch this too, Call the Midwife. She looked like the little
that's exactly what
nurses.
She looked like. But the rest of her outfit was really nice. It was Victoria Beckham. It was a real pretty dress, real pretty coat. It was just that stupid hat. God.
Yeah, that hat was weird. She's an American and we don't know how to wear hats, so that's
But she's worn hats okay, or very well, or somewhat okay before.
Yeah.
I think she has a face for it. Kate does too.
She's a pretty woman. Yeah. They both look cute in hats. Kate wore a little jaunty forward-facing hat with a bow on the back, and
yeah, it looked sort of like a flying saucer, but oh well.
Those awesome fry dishes that are like asymmetrical, and you eat the fry. I had some nice fries out of one of those. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Another reminder that Katie's a little bit on drugs.
No, those dishes those bowls that are high in the back and low in front, and you could eat like
no, I've never seen one of those. I really haven't.
Okay, they're real. They are a thing.
The other Meghan story was that she might try to reconnect with her father after she gives birth, but I don't think she will. And I think that story was sort of a ploy to get her dad to stay quiet around the birth, maybe. I don't know.
I like how you framed that. Like she's just giving them a little something so they don't talk. So they don't wreck the press around her birth.
Well, I think they still are going to wreck it. I really do. I think that they're still going to start mouthing off as soon as the baby drops, basically.
The babies. All right. So we also covered the fact that Captain Marvel did really well at the box office. We record on Thursdays, and as of this Thursday afternoon, I checked Box Office Mojo. It had made $540 million. So we're going to get more Captain Marvel, more.
And today we also saw a little clip of her in the Avengers Endgame. So she's definitely making eyes at Thor. So I don't know if they're setting up some sort of love interest there, but probably not. I don't know.
I think they would implode or something if they tried to do anything, right?
They would literally set on fire.
They would. I don't know if they could get busy because it would just wreck the whole world.
But you saw Captain Marvel. Did it?
I saw it.
What'd you think?
I don't want to alienate our listeners or readers by being like, oh, I really disliked Captain Marvel. I like Marvel movies. This didn't stand up to what I think Marvel's standard is. It wasn't as funny. It wasn't as fresh. I felt like there was a missed opportunity and the writing could have been better. Yeah. And I'm so sorry. I feel bad about that. I wanted to really like it. I did, but I just couldn't.
At least you got to see Goose.
I really liked Samuel L. Jackson and that cat Goose, which I'm not going to reveal any spoilers, but that cat is awesome. And that was cute. That was really cute. And there were a lot of cute parts to it.
He's a little ginger kitty, isn't he?
Yes. And that cat stole the show. More movies and shows need to have cats and dogs in them. As secondary characters, I think that we should have supporting characters as animals in most movies.
I agree. No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it makes it nice. I watched that Ricky Gervais show on Netflix, Afterlife, and his dog was the real star of that show. So let's move on to the user questions. Our number is 434-218-3219, and you can email us at info@celebritry.com or contact us on Twitter or Instagram.
comments. I got a lot of comments on Twitter about Kylie Jenner talking about how she's naturally skinny, how postpartum she like didn't really like pay attention to losing weight, and she wasn't really focused on that, which I totally understand. And then she said, but I've gone on a diet. I stopped eating, everything I wanted to eat. And I got a question of, regardless, her statement contradicts itself. So which one is it, diet or genetics? I don't think it's either.
I think she was just covering all her bases with that.
Yeah, I think she probably is on a diet right now. I don't think that her body is just about genetics at this point. I think it's about being 21 and having plastic surgery.
You pointed out that she got the Pinocchio butt that all the Kardashians have. I haven't even looked at her butt, and I didn't realize that she had it too. I think, what is the other one's name? Kendall with a ULL. She's the only one who doesn't have it because she's a model and she can't have that butt and keep her job.
Yeah, I mean, Kendall has, Caitlyn's build. She's tall, she's slender, she's all just straight up and down. She's a string bean. And I think Kylie was probably going to be shorter, but still have a kind of like small athletic build. And
she got a fake butt. I didn't realize this until today.
Yeah, she got a fake butt. I think she's got a fake rack too. But yeah, it's also just being 21 and having that kind of metabolism. And we wish that we were back there.
Yeah. It might be lipo too.
Yeah, I think probably in the past she had some lipo. You know that I'm not like up on all the treatments. It's like the fat sucking and re-injecting it places.
Well, it's her butt. She got fat in her booty, like you can tell, but yeah. Let's move on to the comments of the week. I think I have one this week because I looked for a funny one, but I didn't really look that hard. My comment of the week this week is one of the kind of moving ones. It was on the post about Laurie, Loughlin, Aunt Becky, her daughter, Olivia Jade, and how she was partying on the yacht of the USC Board of Trustees chairman. She's good friends with his daughter, and she was partying with all those young women. So that's her username, said on that post, I have had so many bosses with less education and experience than I have. I'm a woman with color with zero connections. I've had to train my new boss on how to do things. It's like, if I'm smart enough to train my boss, why didn't I get the job instead? And that speaks to what this whole scandal is really exposing, is how these people already with connections are already with all this money and opportunity
and
want more.
And they're just failing up. And that's the story of like the American elite right now. They just continue to fail up. They get their kids to fail up.
And look at the president. I mean, my mom was telling me this whole conspiracy theory, which might be true, that he can't even read. Seriously, my mom believes that. And she's like, well, he always says he doesn't have his reading glasses and he fakes. His eyes don't track when he's reading.
Well, my comments of the week were from the Kendall Jenner post where she was on the cover of Allure, and she was talking about, I've cried endlessly for days because of the things people have said to me about her, like skin and not being completely pretty 100% of the time. And so Vexa said, I'm going to say something else that might make her cry. She's almost offensively dull, and that's a really bad photo of her. and then Laurie responded, almost. I, for some unknown reason, decided to torture myself by reading what she said in the interview and feel like I've gotten duller by proxy. Girl, just be happy you're the daughter of the evil one who makes sure you have a career and money.
Okay, and Kendall, she had a different reason for how she got rid of her acne before she got her stupid proactive contract. Yeah. And then she wanted to come clean about her issues with acne after she got the proactive contract. And now all of a sudden retroactively, she had all these problems. You know,
the girl had a zit one time, and she was like, "Oh my God, people were so horrible to me. They pointed out my zit one time."
I don't think it hurt her feelings that bad until she saw that money.
Well, I bet her feelings felt a lot better when she was signing the proactive check.
Thanks for listening, bitches.
Thanks, bitches.
Thank you for listening to the Celebrity Podcast. If you could please rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, or your platform of choice, it will really help us, and we appreciate it a lot. You can call us and leave a voicemail at 434-218-3219. Our website is celebrity.com, and we're also on Twitter under that handle and on Instagram as Celebrity Official. Thanks again.